Hey guys, it's Jess, and this video is probably going to end up being like 20 minutes long. I'm going to tell you right now, because this is going to be one of those get ready with me type videos, and I'm just playing around with makeup and rambling and venting and just a whole lot of mess. So if you're not interested in watching a 20-minute video, don't. Just bye. It's fine. Like I'm not going to sweat you clicking out of the video because it's 20 minutes long and you don't want to watch that. Sometimes I don't want to watch that either. But I need to do this for me. So if you would like to join me on this magical journey of whatever I'm doing, then thanks for watching. Stick around. It's going to probably get weird. Yeah. So, I was gifted a vanity for my birthday. And the reason the confused face is because I'm used to having like the bins from like the dollar store or like the dollar spot in Target. I'm used to using those as my storage and keeping them like on the floor, or there's like drawers under the bed that I was keeping my stuff in, but I didn't have any bins. And my boyfriend noticed that I didn't have a place to store my makeup, and so he bought me a vanity, which is super cool. Didn't ask for one, didn't want one, but now I have one. I'm thankful for it, but at the same time, it creates kind of a conundrum because the biggest drawers are only like this big, which is, let me do like a size comparison right quick. It's only a little bit bigger than the sample size of Benefit's Roller Lash. So there's that. And then we were trying to find some drawers at IKEA. I couldn't find any that I liked. I know everybody raves about the Alex drawers, and they're nice, but everything in here is black, and the drawers were white, and the styles that they had in the black drawers were either way too deep or oddly shallow. It was a weird situation. It was a whole thing. Anywho, so he ordered drawers online and then surprised me by buying a bunch of like drawer organizers. So there's like these big ones, there's a bunch of these little ones, and then there's some of these like long pencil-y type deals, which is cool. But now I've run into the issue of not knowing how to store my makeup in these bins because it's not what I'm used to. So in going through that super long explanation and bringing us back to the beginning, I was kind of going through and organizing some of my stuff. So I have one for like mascara, one for lipstick type things, ones that like twist up. Lip products, I mean. I'm not making any sense. I have one here for like random bits, one for pencils, one for like lip glossy type. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. So I was going through stuff and I realized there were a couple of products that I have but I don't really use, and I want to play around with them today. And the first one is the Wet n Wild Fergie pencil in Hyper Sky. And it's this really cool blue pencil. And I really like it. There's just one line. You're not going to be able to see it. What am I doing? I bought this at the Dollar Tree. And I really love the color of it. But I never use it. And then the other thing is one that I recently got for my birthday. Was the Sephora birthday gift. I didn't get the Ulta one because I read online that it was going to be the Benefit Professional Primer. And I am on my like second or third tube of that, and I would like to try another primer. So I was just like, I'm just not gonna do it. Also, Ulta's on like the other side of town, so it's like a hassle. But this is the Tartist, or is it Tartiste? Because I read this as like if you took the T off, it would be Artiste. But I keep hearing people say Tartist. I don't know. It's this lip paint from Tarte. That's it. And it is in Birthday Suit, and it is a really pretty nude color. It looks a lot darker on the applicator. It smells kind of like, what is that? What is that? What am I smelling? I don't know. But it smells like an e.l.f. lip gloss I used to have. Do I still have it? I don't know. But it's this really pretty, like, darker nude color. So I wanted to play around with these two things and see what we're going to come up with. So I think what I'm going to do is kind of a peachy eyeball type thing. I don't know. Anywho. So we're going to get started. This should be fun because I've already started like moving stuff around and I don't know where anything is and I wasn't really prepared to do a video. I'm not putting on any face makeup. It's literally just going to be like my eyeballs and my lips. I have a lot of redness right here that my camera's not picking up. But it is there and I don't feel like going through the hassle of covering it up just to wipe it off 10 minutes later. So there's that. For my primer, I'm going to be using the Benefit Air Patrol. I got this when it launched. Before it launched, actually. I worked for Benefit at the time. And when we would do training for new products, we would get the new product before it launched so that we could start using it, so that we could tell people like, oh yeah, here's the benefits of it, here's how it works for me, blah, blah, blah. This is one of those things where it kind of came at the right time because I didn't have an eye primer at that time, and I really loved the idea of it because it is basically like a BB cream for your eyelids, which I like the idea of because people don't think to put sunscreen on their eyelids. But at the same time, it's like $29 for this eye primer, for this eyeball sunscreen. And it's like, I had such a hard time with selling it or even just like suggesting it to people where they're like, no, I'm here for the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's a great primer. But you know what? We totally have this other one from Benefit. They're like, no, I want the Urban Decay one. I'm just like, I'm sorry, it's my job to tell you about the Benefit thing first. Like, I don't know what to do. So yeah, it was interesting. So I'm gonna take Wet n Wild's Creme Brulee, which is really close to my skin tone. I just adjusted like all the settings on my laptop so that things would come through better, but I'm telling you, it did me no good because I did it during the day and that was clearly the wrong thing to do because then I had like all the light coming through the window and that definitely changed things. So I'm going to play around with my settings later after this video and then maybe I'll start using my actual camera again. I don't know. The whole reason I bought a laptop was to make videos and have space to make videos and edit videos and have like a good webcam just in case I didn't really feel like setting up my camera or whatever. But now I have this laptop and it's not a good one. It was from like one of those like rent-to-own places and it's just not working for me. It was my fault from buying from a place like that and not fully understanding that from things like that, I thought I was going to be getting like a new laptop. That's not the case. You get like an old laptop that somebody has refurbished. So if there's any issues with it, you're screwed. That was my stupid. Because my roommate at the time had got like a table from there and I was like, oh, that's so cool. Like it's going to be awesome and I'm going to get like a new thing because your thing came in a box. I want my thing to come in a box. That's not how it worked out. So would I do it again? No. The amount of money that I put into this laptop, I could have gotten a new one from Walmart. So I'm going to be taking the Beach Cosmetics Special Occasion palette. This one, this one here. And from the eyeshadow side, I'm going to be taking this one here. It's just a little bit darker than my skin tone. And on a fluffy brush, I'm going to put that in my crease because I have a tendency to go way too dark with my crease colors. And that's not helping. I just want like a transition color. Oh, and I put creme brulee, that Wet n Wild color. I put that all over lash line to brow. It just helps me blend colors a little bit easier. I want to do something like kind of summery, kind of peachy, like I'm just skipping over spring because it's always summer in Florida, except for the like 48 hours of winter that we get every year. And that's how you know it's strawberry season, which that's the thing that's going on right now, is the Plant City Strawberry Festival. And I've never been to the Strawberry Festival. I have lived in Florida, in this area of Florida, off and on my whole life, but I have never once been to the Strawberry Festival. The kindergarten I went to in Riverview, they did a Strawberry Festival, like a little mini one for the kids where we like learned about farming and we ate snow cones and learned how like bugs help strawberries or something. I don't know. There was like a weird display of like fruit flies, and we learned about different things that I don't remember because I was like 4. But it was really cool from what I remember. And I only remember 3 things. There was a hose on the ground. There was snow cones. And all of us were trying to see which colors would make the biggest mess because that's what you do when you're 4. And there were the fruit flies. And that's all I remember. I think I'm going to stick with this palette for a minute. I'm going to switch my brush to a flat shader brush. Small flat shader brush. Do I have a smaller one than that? Nope, that's a schoolie. What's that? Nope. I'm using the BH Rose Gold. It comes in this bag. Whatever brush set that comes in like the rose gold bag, that one. I don't know. Not gonna look it up either. I'm gonna take a darker brown, but I don't want to be too dark of a brown. Let's see. I just heard my phone go off for like a notification, but it's in the other room, and I feel like it would be so rude for me to get up right now and go get my phone. That'd be pretty messed up. So if I was gonna do, I think I'm gonna do one of these bronzers in the middle because this one, yeah, right, yeah, is kind of, you can't even see it. This one is kind of, it's kind of warm. So I think I want to put that one in the middle. And then as far as like an outer color, I think I'm going to go with this brown here to deepen things up. Maybe I'll do like kind of a halo looking, I don't know what I'm doing. Most people plan their videos beforehand. I don't. So anywho, I've never been to the Strawberry Festival. I've always wanted to go to the Strawberry Festival. But I feel like I'm probably never going to go to the Strawberry Festival. It's kind of like there was the Florida State Fair last week. And I didn't go to that either. Just because time and finances. And it wasn't feasible. Realistically, like with the timing of everything, it wasn't feasible. So now I'm trying to talk Brandon, my boyfriend, into going to Universal for Mardi Gras. Because that runs through March 25th. And I have not been to Universal's Mardi Gras since I was like 12. And that was a long time ago. And a lot has changed since then. And really, when we went in January, it was nice. But the way that he and his friends do theme parks is much different from how I do theme parks. So when I do a theme park, I'm like, I get there, if it's one that I'm not familiar with or one I haven't been to in a while, I'll get a map just to kind of like figure my way around things. And then I'll find the closest ride and get in line for that. If you're hearing like that I just realized that's probably really annoying, but I'm wiping my brush off. I'll do it over here. So I will find a ride. I will get in line for that ride. I will ride that ride, and then I'll go on to the next one. And that's how I do theme parks. But for Brandon and his friends, they're much more grown up than I am. So it's more of like a pub crawl kind of with rides. And I don't drink, so it's kind of hard for me to enjoy it in the same way that they do, just because I don't drink. So yeah. But I told him I wanted to go as kind of like a birthday do-over, because my birthday was like in the middle of the week, so we didn't really get to do anything that I actually wanted to do for my birthday. So I really love theme parks and roller coasters and rides and things like that. So that's what I want to do. If I could do my birthday over, I would pick to do something like that. We have Busch Gardens passes, but his is going to expire soon, and Busch Gardens just doesn't do it for me anymore. There's not enough there. It's either, here's the thing about Busch Gardens. Either there's like the kind of weenie rides like Cobra's Curse and Cheetah Hunt and things like that, or there's the super intense rides like Sheikra and Falcon's Fury. There's like no in between. So I feel like in that aspect it's kind of polarizing. It's just not doing it for me. I'm gonna let my pass expire. I'm not gonna get another Busch Gardens pass probably for a long time. I think the only reason I would want to go is because they have this like animal show that there's a pig and I want to pet it. So from the blush side of the same special occasion palette, I just took the lightest color and used that as a brow highlight. And yeah, I don't hate it. So this is what we're going with. I'm going to take this blue, this Fergie eyeliner in Hyper Sky, which is a really weird name, but okay. And I'm going to put that on my waterline. So I feel like blue and peach go together really well. But it has to be the right blue. You can't just use any blue for corally colors. I had a teacher in college who did like this really cool reversed eyeshadow look, and it looked so good with her skin color and everything. It looked really, really good, where she'd do like a teal down here and then like kind of a terracotta all over the lid, and it looked really, really cool. But she's like 4 shades darker than me, so like terracotta looks good on her and it would just look crusty on me. Like, there's some colors you can totally wear them, absolutely. There's no restrictions on things you can and cannot wear, but not everything is going to look good on every person, and I'm okay with that. So this pencil is like not sharp at all, and I don't really care to sharpen it, so I'm just like getting it everywhere because I'm a professional and I went to school for this. Oh, it's gonna make me sharpen it. Oh, okay. True story, by the way, for anybody who's like screaming at their computer that I'm not a professional and I didn't go to school for this. I did. I'm a licensed esthetician in the state of Colorado. By the way, let me just like sidetrack real quick. Shout out to Heritage College for being the worst college ever. I loved my time there, but last year they closed like spontaneously, and a bunch of students like showed up for class and the doors were closed and locked, and there was just like a note on the door. And I'm just sitting there like, are you serious? Like, reading people's accounts of that, like, it broke my heart. And then on top of it, like, if you look into it, apparently they were like, and I'm not saying it was like my campus in general, but apparently the school as a whole was like misappropriating funds, and that's not cool. Because then it just makes me feel like maybe my education isn't valid because the school screwed up. You know what I mean? Like, state board still recognizes that I had the hours and I did the thing, but it does me a concern. It just does. So I'm going to take this Wet n Wild Color Icon pencil in black. Well, technically it's black, I don't know. I'm going to do this a sharpen real quick. I love Wet n Wild's eyeliners because they are amazingly creamy, and I have never had a bad one. And I buy them, true story, I buy them at the Dollar Tree. Just cause. I'm going to use this to tightline the top here, my top lash line. So I already have like a backup of this pencil, but it's like really long. So if I'm tightlining, I like to use my shorter pencil. And also, I feel like I could find e.l.f.'s Essentials line in like the Dollar Tree and at Walmart and things like that, but I feel like they're discontinuing it. Does anybody know? Because even if you look on their website, everything's like slowly getting more expensive, and it's kind of pushing me away from buying from them. Because part of the reason that I started purchasing from e.l.f. like 4 and 5 years ago is because they were way affordable and they had really great products. But I feel like now that they've gotten bigger, they're kind of discontinuing all of the stuff that made me like them in the first place. Which is fine. Sorry. Which is fine because, I mean, brands change and they grow and things like that. But I don't know. I just get irritated when people or companies or whatever, like, they get big and then they, like, it's almost like they forget where they came from and, like, forget who helped them get there, and then they just don't care anymore. And yeah, it just sucks. It feels alienating. Like, the company just doesn't care about, like, the original people who helped them get where they're at. Okay, so all of that is done. You don't have to use like a lip primer with this, but I'm gonna use a lip primer with this. I have this Ulta one here. It's just the Ulta brand lip primer. I don't know what it does. I think it's just a chapstick, like a really dry chapstick. But I know that if I'm just gonna put like a matte thing on my lips, it's not gonna go too well. It's gonna be like really crusty and gross. This is really dry. It smells like vanilla, but it's like really waxy. Like, very, very heavily vanillaed. So we're gonna put this on. Am I trendy yet? Am I ready for Instagram? This almost has like a mint, like a vanilla mint smell to it. put too much. I put too much. I put too much. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. What do I do? How do you take it off? I don't want to like blot it. Okay. This is going horribly, you guys. Oh! Mascara. Ha! That's what I'm missing. That would be important, right? If I was cool, if I was like trendy. I have blue mascara. Funny story about this mascara. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous Miss Manga. So I found this at a Dollarama in Canada, and I bought it because I was like, oh, I heard such great things about the mascara. I'm gonna try it, blah blah blah. So I just grabbed it, thinking they were all gonna be black. That's not the case. This one's blue. So at some point, I'm gonna have to play around with this because I haven't and I don't know what to do with it. I could totally put it on my bottom lashes, but I feel like that would be weird. So I think I'm gonna go with my classic favorite all-time combo, which is the Maybelline Great Lash. This is the one, the Lots of Lashes, that has like the Christmas tree shaped brush and then Benefit's Roller Lash. So I'll show you real quick what I mean by that brush. I just noticed that if you turn it this way, it's skinny, but if you turn it this way, it's like flat. Has it always been like that? I don't know. I love this mascara though. I found this at Target one day before work. I forgot to put mascara on, and so I went to the Target there because they were already open. And Ulta was not, or I would have just bought it at Ulta. But I stopped in at this Target to buy mascara, and I was just looking for like the cheapest one. And there it was. Great story. So I bought it, not really thinking too much was gonna come of it, but it is for real one of my favorite mascaras. I also bought the Colossal Lashes, I don't remember what the tube is. I want to say it's the yellow one, but I have no idea because I stopped using it like 10 seconds later. It was so like thick and goopy and just gross, and I hated it. I like formulas that are a little bit more on the dry side. That's just me though. Isn't this riveting footage, you guys? Aren't you enthralled right now? I should have named my channel No Editing, because I don't do any editing. Okay, so we're done with that one. Finish with this one. I really like this mascara. I was on like a They're Real kick for a long time. But I got a sample of this and it like changed my life. Pretty sure that the They're Real that I got was in like my, what I like to call the starter kit that you get from Benefit when you start working for them. You get like a bag of gratis, and it was in there. And I do still like the They're Real eyeliners. They're just finicky to work with sometimes. Or it's just me. I don't know. I think I'm going to top this with some, what do I have over here? Oh, I have Bad Gal Lash from Benefit. I never used this one. Let's use this one. I was going to go in with Buxom, but let's use this one. Oh my goodness. can hear my boyfriend in the kitchen singing Under the Sea from Little Mermaid. He has this thing for just, like, busting out in, like, Disney song and sometimes dance. Okay, so, that's where we're at right now. I have, like, a little smidgen of some acne coming up. But yeah, I think I'm done here. Good talk. Good video. Riveting content. A+ content. Super cool. So yeah, if you guys stuck around for the full half hour, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!